Hello everyone and welcome back to another Hoofo, my honest, unfiltered opinions on a variety of musical subjects. I reached out to you guys on Instagram asking what you wanted to hear my views on, and this is what you said. I do these kind of videos now and then, so make sure you follow me over there so you can join in too. Let's get into it. One fellow asked my Hoofo on jazz elitism. I guess I've seen a bit of this. Certain jazz musicians think they're better than everyone else simply because they're good at jazz. Now, the genre is probably the hardest music to play out there, and as an extension, the best jazz musicians are among the best musicians in the world. When you go to music school, you're surrounded by a bunch of 20-something, highly competent, bright-eyed jazzers who have yet to really experience the real world. Some of them were told how great they are from a young age, were given a full scholarship to college, and then had all that praise and worship given to them by professors and fellow students too. It can get to their head, and these are the types who I've seen suffer from that elitism. Sad news for them, when they graduate college, they realize that most people don't care about jazz and you can't make any money playing it. Maybe they become bitter that more people don't appreciate a high art like jazz, which I think can lead to that ugly elitism. Now, the truly enlightened musician keeps their ears open and absorbs all the brilliance from all types of music. They're always learning and live life with open ears, which is a great trait if you want to make a living playing music, and it also adds a deep richness to what you play. When you're happy and successful with this attitude, there's no place in your mentality for this bitter elitism. Next up is a fellow who asks, what elements of my music do I need to work on the most? If I could, I would love to improve everything, but more realistically, I'd like to get my on-the-spot improvisational playing up to snuff. Right now, I'm almost never playing live, which is something I'm actively trying to change, but as such, anything I release, I'm able to hone and perfect. When I was in school and before YouTube took over my life, I was playing live all the time and was significantly better at playing something off the top of my head. Now I'm simply out of shape. The other thing I've been making an effort to improve lately is my vocabulary, and that's easy enough. You learn a solo note for note by someone you love, and then take elements of that and put them in your own music. Another Instagram user asked my opinion on people buying songs/beats. I guess the idea here is that some might believe that a musician is less of an artist if they record other people's music than do it all themselves. I've got no problem with it. There are a lot of facets of music and no one can master them all. By spending time honing a few talents and then collaborating with someone who's honed some other talents, what you guys can come up with together will be better than anything you could have come up with on your own. Say you have an amazing performer who can't write a song to save their life, record a song by an amazing songwriter who can't sing. Everyone wins. The audience gets amazing music, the singer and songwriter lift each other up. No one can do it all on their own. Everyone needs a little help with something. Are the Beatles lesser because there were 4 of them writing the music? Is Bridge Over Troubled Water any worse because Art Garfunkel sang a song that Paul Simon wrote? Is Johnny Cash any less respectable because the majority of his songs were written by other people? Not in my mind. Knowing your role, capitalizing on your strengths, fine by me. Now, if you were to say that you wrote a song that was actually written by a ghostwriter, then you can frig off. Next up is who do I think is the most overrated guitar player? Well, there is one guitarist that comes to my mind. He is highly acclaimed, but there is one specific element of his music that I can't stand, and that is Tom Morello. But not Tom Morello with Rage Against the Machine, Tom Morello with Audioslave, specifically his guitar solos. I love Rage and I really enjoy Audioslave as well. Chris Cornell was amazing, the band was great, the songs were well written, but those guitar solos. With Rage, his shtick of making his guitar sound like all sorts of crazy things really worked. The solo in Bulls on Parade, that scratchy DJ guitar thing, super cool. The pitched up solo in Killing in the Name Of, love it. But to me, with Audioslave, it just seemed like he was making weird noises on his guitar for the sake of it, not because it added anything to the song. My core musical principle is that first and foremost, everything should serve the song. And in a song like a Stone, for example, it seems like that solo is totally out of place and it's just there to serve Tom's ego. But I know a lot of people love it, that's just my opinion. Moving on, we have what's your opinion with gimmicks in music? Well, the answer to this one should be fairly obvious. Check out any of my early videos. They are all some sort of gimmicky musical performance. I love a good gimmick, they're fun, it can be a great way to get your band noticed, and it requires creativity to come up with one. But in order for it to work, when you strip away the gimmick, the music needs to be happening. Take away the makeup and the stage show, and Kiss is still a really good rock band. A gimmick is a great way to draw people in, but to keep people invested, you need to have undeniably good music happening underneath. And the last topic for today, this fellow asks, What's the best way to practice and get better at guitar when you're busy with a job in college? I think the best thing to do is try to figure out what you want to get out of the instrument. The unfortunate reality is that to get really good at music, you need to put in full-time hours. If you aren't able to put in that time, ask yourself, what can you do with music to get the most happiness out of it? The answer will vary with every individual. Say your biggest goal is to play a great show now and then with your band. Well, what work can you do that will most benefit that end goal? Maybe you need to practice a certain solo section. Maybe there's a certain part that you always screw up that you want to master. That kind of answer is something that you'll need to figure out on your own, but you should always have some sort of goal hierarchy. What is your largest goal, and are all your sub-goals feeding into that? That will help you determine what you need to practice. On that subject, I would recommend checking out my Sensei series on how to practice efficiently. That about wraps it up. I enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you want to get involved in a future HUFO, make sure you follow me on Instagram @SamuraiGuitarist, no spaces, no capitals. Thank you all for watching, and a big thank you to everyone who supports my channel through Patreon. If you want to get involved in that program and help with the creation of videos like these, please consider hitting that link over there. And through that program, I offer a number of unique rewards, tabs to all the music I put out, early access to videos, as well as a giveaway every month for everyone involved. This month I'm giving away a guitar pedal, and I've got a bunch of other things lined up for the future. Until next time, I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I will see you again soon.